What's up, Pastor? What's up, my niggas? You ain't smart to me, Pastor. When a motherfucker start trying to fuck with Farrakhan, I take that shit personal. I done heard a lot of intellectuals talk shit against Farrakhan. Let me lay something out to you. In the last 50 years, give me some of the greatest impacts that has hit black people that actually made us move and go into action. I'm gonna give you three of them, all right? They may not be in chronological order, but I'm gonna give you three of them that had an impact upon black people, that in which that made them move and go into action. You ready? Number one. Hip hop. Hip hop is a way of life now. And don't forget, hip hop wasn't started by black people, it was started by niggas. Niggas. Positive or negative, it has had a grave impact upon this world. Not only black people, but upon this world. Something created and started by niggas. That's number one. Number two, Dr. Sebi. He actually has made black people conscious about what goes in their diet, what they're consuming in their African bodies. Niggas went into action. Niggas started reading shit, changing their diet. Do you follow what I'm saying? Dr. Sebi has had an impact upon black people. Guess what the third one was? I said they wasn't in chronological order, right? 1.7 million, 1.7 black men marched on Capitol Hill, better known to you as the Million Man March. When have you ever seen 1.5 million black men come together in unity for one cause? Louis Farrakhan. And you saying it don't mean nothing though. What came out of it? Wasn't nothing supposed to come out of it. You heard me, nigga. It was a ritual. You missed it. And by you being a pastor, you may catch what I'm about to say quicker than anybody else. But you missed it. It was a ritual. I'm going to say it again. 1.5 million black men, melanated brothers, marched on the Capitol. There's another way of looking at it. 1.5 million sons of God. Man, watch this, Pastor. Watch this, Pastor. 1.5 million sons of God marched. Watch my hand. 1.5 million sons of God marched on the Capitol. You better watch this, Pastor. You better watch this, Pastor. Go to Romans chapter 8, verse 19. Romans chapter 8, verse 19. For it says, and I somewhat quote, creation now is groaning like they hungry. Like I can hear my stomach groaning. Creation groaning, waiting for the manifestations of the sons of God. Do you follow what I'm saying? And what's the cardinal rule? A son carries the name of the Father. Name in Scripture represents the destiny, nature of the character of it. Since it's a son, it carries the name. And since they carry the name, they carry the nature. So the sons of God is nothing more than the nature of God being expressed through some people. Did you listen to me, Pastor? But let me show you how this book is formulated. That's why I say can't nobody come with us. It must start with us and amongst us. Fuck everybody else. Go to the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 22, because I'm for sure you missed this. The book of Exodus. We're going to look at it the African way, the Egyptian way. Hieroglyphics, signs and symbols. You just can't accept it coming from this attic. You want a well-read motherfucker. A motherfucker with titles back, above, back in front of their names. But it ain't like that, nigga. It's coming from me, the low-lifed nigga. Yeah. Go to the book of Exodus, nigga, chapter 12, verse 22. This is when God, and let me do a small commercial. I do not believe the negative connotation that the Egyptians got in this Bible. I just want to make that clear. But I'm just going to go out the scriptures that you read so you can relate to them. Exodus chapter 12, verse 22. This is when God had told Moses, look, I'm finna fuck up, the firstborn in Egypt. I don't give a fuck if it's cattle, it's the firstborn male. I'm taking their ass out. I don't give a fuck from man to cattle to beast. I'm gonna kill all the firstborn. And the nation of Israel was like, hold on. We captives here. We in bondage. If you coming down here to kill the firstborn, how you gonna make a difference between us and them? God was like, I tell y'all what, take y'all ass inside the house. And that way, when the death angel come, this is what you do so the death angel know not to fuck with your house. Watch this. Kill a lamb. Why a lamb, God? You'll see. Kill a lamb. Take the blood of the lamb. Watch this. Watch the order of procession. Take the blood of the lamb, dip a plant, a hyssop, a plant. That's a hyssop. It's a plant. Dip it in the blood, in the basin, in the blood. First, strike the lintel of the door, of the doorway, of the doorpost. Strike the lintel and then wipe the side posts. Is you with me? But now what we're going to do is put that Egyptian hieroglyphic perspective on this shit. You ready for this? See, white people didn't know what to fuck up. Y'all just don't know what to look for. Watch this. It's called blood because blood flows. Blood is acting as the wisdom of this creative spiritual energy that y'all call God. But in this book, it's called blood. That's why I say it shouldn't be one smart nigga. You shouldn't have to sit up under a pastor for 20 years and then when somebody got an issue, you got to usher them to your church to talk to the pastor. You don't go to college that long. What the fuck you been sitting under the pastor for? You should be able to do what the pastor do when it's called blood. Because what the pastor got is supposed to flow from him to you, from you to your husband, from your husband to his son. The pastor shouldn't still be the smartest motherfucker after 20 years. See, we doing it wrong. We doing it like the Europeans. But just watch. Let me show you why the blood was put on the lintel first. Up here, and then he said, wipe the side posts. That was the order of procession of placing the blood of the lamb on the doorway. So the death angel would know that that's God's people and pass by. Watch this. Real quick. I'm in my phone. Act like my phone is a doorway. If I'm in my phone, now don't forget, the lintel is up here. If I'm in my phone, and he said, take the blood of the lamb, put it in a bowl in the basin, and dip the hyssop. When they strike the blood of the lamb on the lintel up top, guess what portion of my body is up there? What? My head, motherfucker. Did you catch it, Pastor? Did you catch it? You're acting as the doorway. You don't know how to read this book. He was talking about us. First, when you affect the nigga's thinking from the wisdom of this spirit creative energy called God, the blood of the lamb, once the spirit comes inside and eradicate me of this rapist murderous mindset that I have adopted from our ancestors' oppressors. Once it affects my head first, then it affects my movement, my actions. That represents second wiping the doorposts. See, you missed that. But don't worry, the low life the nigga here. I'm gonna put that nigga shit on it. You know how creative we are. That's why the world watches and copies us, mimics us. And that same fascination that they got for us turns into envious and jealousy and then hatred. Because they're not us. You follow what I'm saying?